What's going on, everybody? And thanks for joining us again. Happy New Year. Kicking 2024 off with the coolest sweatshirt. Kanye West 2024. No one man should have all that power unless it's me. Go Kanye. And if not Kanye, Tulsi Gabbard. This is going to be a crazy year. I gotta keep David's spirit alive with his resolution and be optimistic. But I'm telling you what, we've just started the front row seat to the crazy show, and that starts this January. All right. That being said, we're getting into a lot of things. First thing we're going to dabble with, I just want to talk about briefly the type of human being that goes to Times Square for New Year's Eve. That's just a human being. Then the real docket, the real topics for today. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the famous Hulu star that half the studio in here has never heard of, kicked out of the state of Missouri because he's a security risk to the beloved Taylor Swift. Secondly, we've got a gentleman that has identified a new hypothesis, and it's the longevity of the bottleneck hypothesis. It's a lot of tongue in that. But that being said, I'm gonna have a fun time with David, kind of breaking that down and wrestling with a whole new concept, because that's what it is. It's cool. A whole new hypothesis in the development of science. And then we're getting back to our roots. What better way to start a year off than a classic Rethink Tank game to end the show? Donald Duck or Donald Trump? For those of you who don't know, you'll learn the rules later, but it ends with the loser eating jalapeno or habanero jelly beans. So it's going to get entertaining. That being said, let me kick it off to my co-host and my good friend, David Cunningham.
Well, as always, it's a pleasure to be here. And you made some wonderful mead. I didn't know. I didn't think you. I thought you would start that off like, oh, what's wonderful mead you made.
I did not supply it to him against the Ohio State code.
No, it was purely bathtub gin only. But yeah, well, we're starting off the year great. We're going to be optimistic. We're going to be pretty happy about the way things are going. No doom and gloom here. We're hitting our resolutions. So, but Alex, we can't do this show without the wizard behind the keyboard. Brian, how are things going?
Oh, things are going fantastic. I already got 11 days clocked in for snowboarding.
And he's hairless and naked.
Yeah. Went back to 17-year-old self and very much regretting it.
Should have kept the pencil thin mustache.
Yeah, I should have, but I had to do it right, and it wasn't right. So.
I think it looks
Let's
good,
get
Brian.
started.
All right. Okay, so we need to just briefly address the human beings that would take the time to go to Times Square for New Year's Eve. I gotta wait for Brian.
It's like a rite of passage for those who have never existed in, I guess, New York, really, or just in American culture. The Times Square, it's iconic. Being in Times Square during New York City or during New Year's Eve, it's very iconic.
No, you know what's more iconic? Every American living room watching the clowns in Times Square.
Yeah.
That being said, Brian, here, play video A real quick. So in this situation, here's a slew of human beings. Okay, let's first, I'm going to let the video speak for itself. Right in the front. First one. Front one.
Yep, it was in the back.
It was?
Yeah.
Here is a wall of human beings. Now, here's what I find impressive. When the officers come up and start opening the gates, I mean, think about how deep that is. And okay, nobody's launched out yet. They're still keeping it orderly. But this guy, where's Greg? Did you notice Greg? Somehow Greg is on the other side of the fence already. And then the flow.
Oh, it's like red light, green light.
Oh my God. But there is no red light once it goes green. And it just goes. And it's just chaos. And what I respect is once you're kind of in the mass, you're like kind of in the thick of it, you're not really running. It's just the front slew of people that are just bombarding each other. But at what point do people just like settle in? All right. Like the pressure never builds. Here, Brian, can you go to B? I know we're dumping a ton on you.
Let's go.
But here's what's interesting. You watch these people and you wonder who's the type of person that goes, this is the way I want to spend my day.
This is my day. This is my time to shine. Oh, there we go.
So here's Greg.
Huntington, New York. And you were the first one in here. Yes, I was. I was the very first one in here.
Just grabs the bag and goes.
This is his moment. This is his time to shine, really.
I've been doing this for years. I just haven't been here for the last 3 years for one reason or another, especially back in 2020. My investment plan is, see these pads here? If I gotta take a leak, I take a leak right under these pads. I guess the favorite.
That's a little gross. That's a little gross.
Isn't that not disgusting?
That is, and you're right up next to the person too, so I could be right up next to you and it's like, sorry, Alex,
And I gotta smell you.
Yeah. You better,
I mean, he looks like a homeless guy, but when it pans over to the Chinese people that are there visiting next to him, the one lady's like, I don't know. And then like the other guy's like, oh yeah, I got a diaper. And you're just like, what?
he's not going to get rid of his spot. He's got prime time location.
Let's just go. We could abandon D, but let's just go to C real quick because the last one I want to show is they start talking about like what time they got there. Is this C? Okay, perfect. 5 a.m. How is a guy that got there at 8 a.m. next to the guy that got there at 5 a.m.?
So it turns out you probably don't need to be there at 5 a.m. to get the best spot.
Turns out you're probably right. You just got to be annoying and aggressive and by yourself. Notice that guy was probably with a crew and was like, peace out. You're on your own.
Yeah, Greg looks like he is by himself.
Oh, 100%.
Well,
the guy that came in at 8 o'clock wasn't Greg. Greg was there at 5.
Yep.
I got to give him that.
Greg is determined.
But here's the thing. The reason why I even brought up, well, here, I'll let it.
Greg does look like the odd man out here.
Yeah, that's true. It's
You know, Greg's, I can't tell if he's over prepared and he's really like into this, or
if they're celebrating New Year's Eve in his front yard.
Yeah, Greg's
He's like,
kind
this
of
is my living room.
You know, I got nothing else better to do today. Might as well be here at 5. I can see it going either way.
I mean, I was here at 5 yesterday and the day before. I just kind of live here.
This is my spot. Today's my big day. Wouldn't shock me if Greg told me this was his birthday. It's like, well, this is my birthday, guys. Now, do you think Greg is the type of man who's interacting with everyone unprovoked, or is he just keeping to himself?
I'm
when the
sure
cameras
he
come
walks
on?
through that place like he's Mr. Mayor. Like, I'm Greg and I come here every year. This is the place to be. All right, now let's get to the real dialogue. Who's the redheaded comedian that we all love so much? Bill Burr. Bill Burr has this famous bit, and he's like, if I ever became president or I was leader of the world, you know, I believe the problem is we have too much in this, overpopulation. We have too many people. So the way to solve that is to get rid of stupid people or the disposable people. So what I would do is give away free cruises and then take them out in the middle of the ocean and then sink them all, because all the people that go on cruises are deplorable. That being said, we could probably nuke Times Square on one day and be okay.
Oh, yeah?
And so many people from across the world are there that, like, we're getting rid of other countries' ants. Like they're like, oh, good, yeah, we want to get rid of him too,
It's cocktail problems that show up there.
I second that.
right? Am I alone in my opinion with these New Year's Eve people?
I don't know if I agree on this one. This is, what's more iconic on New Year's Eve than watching the ball?
Then why aren't
drop?
you
That's-
doing it?
Well, because I can't deal with all these people over there.
Boom!
It's not for me.
There's the why in the road.
I mean,
Like
you can't deal with Greg. who
Greg
smells like-
and I
like
are
a
fundamentally
dirty rat.
different people. Greg is just built different. I'm not built that way. I cannot get up at getting up 5 a.m. and showing up by yourself for a couple hours before everybody else starts showing up. Okay, not my cup of tea to begin with. Pissing in a diaper, also, no, I'm not going to kink shame anybody here, but that's definitely not my idea of a good time. And then you just have, what are you doing fundamentally? Just standing and watching. And the excitement's probably what? Let's give it 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. That's probably when more of the excitement, you get some energy building, get a cadence going, maybe like 5 p.m. There's things going on, but 10 o'clock's when you're hitting your stride and you're already up at, you're up a little bit before 5. So let's just say he's up and at him at 5 because Greg, he's over prepared. He lives probably fairly close, if not right on the dot. So you show up, you're there, you're just doing a bunch of standing on probably mostly concrete. If you stand on concrete for a while, it's uncomfortable.
yeah.
So
And I bet you barely sit. Like I bet you're standing for a vast majority of it.
the
You're-
whole time.
And the major thing is the bathroom. Like, yeah, you could pack for food all you want, but you're going, and here's the
But
thing.
they can't bring food. They can't bring water.
They can't
They can't
Cannot.
bring water.
That's what they just said on that last video.
see, but somehow, damn it. Now I wish I should have given you all the videos because there's another video of that same lady who comes up and interviews them. She comes up later and gives the Asian couple some McDonald's and then goes to give him some McDonald's and he takes it. Oh, he surely takes it, but he's got a whole flipping turkey sandwich. And she's like, you're just juggling food. He's like, oh yeah. Like he's a vet.
He's a vet.
He's well prepared. I have to hand it to Greg. He's built different.
How strict are they when they're sneaking in food? Are they really like giving you a pat down?
That's
or are they,
true.
Or,
Well,
is the sandwich down your pants and you go, yeah, I'm not sneaking, and then he pulls out a pocket sandwich.
If you
In
want
the
my
diaper,
sandwich,
he pulls out a turkey.
Might be a little wet, but hey, it's good.
come and take it.
Well, they said no pizza boxes and no bottles. No.
Okay.
So pizza boxes, that's fair. Because you have the pizza box open.
You could throw that thing
yeah,
like a
you're just-
frisbee and knock someone out.
And you're just blocking other people's sight. And glass
You can
bottles.
literally make a "Let's Go Brandon" sign right there
Yeah.
on the spot, and they don't want that.
Because you notice
Yeah.
how when you watch, there's no signs.
Right.
They will come grab you if you have a sign. I'm assuming.
Interesting.
I didn't see any signs.
You know, I didn't
He's
see any
made a
signs
good
either.
point. There are none.
Because you can only imagine what.
But how
type
are
of
you
sign?
stopping somebody I would love to know the security of getting into that place. Like, how are you stopping somebody with a flare gun? Just like a firework, like a Roman candle.
Is it like
Yeah.
a concert? I mean,
Yeah, it could be like a
every other
concert.
music
They're all
festival?
gated.
Is it a highly? Is it TSA or is it a concert where you can sneak in whatever you want?
So let's consider this. You go to a concert, 40,000 people. That's a large number, but still manageable. It's when you get close to, as we did, you go to Indy 500 and you're looking at upwards to 120 or more. You got to, there's some compromise. Like
Yeah.
at some point, kind of like the planes, right? We're going to let these people have their freedom up until you start crashing shit. Then it's like, all right, we got to second guess this. So I think it's kind of one of those, until we blow up one Times Square, nobody's done it yet. So we're just like, just give them the old rough pat and let them go.
Yeah,
But
no,
everybody's so tight on each other. Like you literally could not afford somebody to have a pen that they could use as a shank. Like, yeah.
yeah, it's just not.
I mean, we're on top of each other.
Yeah, it's shoulder to shoulder, even in way back in the back too.
So I want to talk about, okay. I understand the Greg. I don't understand the Greg. But for the sake of understanding, I'll say I do. You're front row. You've made it a whole mission. So now, like, I get it. there's a fun to the adventure. Like, hey, I'm getting up early. I packed all the essentials. I'm racing other human beings, and it's kind of like this challenge. And now I got the prime seat to see Jelly Roll live. Like, I get it. At the same time, who I definitely do not get is the dude all the way in the back. He was like, yeah, I got here at 9. Yeah, but it's still been 12 hours. And you're like, yeah, dude, you're covered in urine.
Not your urine.
I'm shocked. Like, the guy in the back didn't get to, like, hey, I'm in the back, but I got here at 10 p.m. and I get a little zhuzh of the Jelly Roll.
Yeah, you can come in and out as you
Or you
please.
just-
You're
or you
not
just-
hurting
Right.
anybody.
Where you have an approach and you just slowly climb your way up
All
to
right.
the front.
Let's tell a story to friends.
Oh.
The Cleveland Indians were going to this thing called the World Series. Game 1, Wiz Khalifa is performing for
Cavs.
free in the
Sorry.
center of Cleveland.
Calves. It was the Cavs.
No. The Cavs opening season,
Opening day. Yeah.
opening day for the Cavs, and the Indians were in the World Series.
Yes.
So the gates to the joint opened at noon, not even 5 a.m., noon. And Kemp and I rolled up there and were third in line, maybe second in line. We even made it on the news. We were there because we both had off of work and we wanted to have front row seats to the Wiz. Now, I have already seen Wiz before, but I love his performances are great. So we're super psyched. Kemp and I get front row. He does not come on until 7. It is noon. Comes on at 7. Numbers are way closer to each other than the Times Square people. It's like 6:30, and I am quite literally about to pee my pants. Like, I'm gonna do it.
He kept
Like,
going it. the
I'm
entire
gonna
time.
pee my pants. Hardcore, it's happening. So here's the decision. Huge slew of people. I'm not getting back to Kemp, but at least I could be comfortable enjoying the concert. Or ruin the rest of the World Series, risk it, and definitely pop on myself. So I chose comfort. And I turned around, and this is me. This is me, okay? Kemp, I'm sorry. I gotta go.
I gotta go.
I turned, and then the motherfucker came on the stage. And this girl just took my spot perfectly.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Like,
Yes.
now I waited from noon till 7, and I'm in the second row. In the second row, and I gotta pee. I gotta pee, and I'm in the second row.
Double.
I looked to the girl like, come on, what are we doing here? She's like, you're a dumbass. And I'm like, you're right, I am a dumbass. Yeah. So, I don't know. The moral of the story is I can't relate to these people that I'm going to diaper. I love Greg is too good for a diaper. He throws pads. I'm just surrounded in pads that are just swelling in my pants.
You just should have brought a diaper.
That's what I'm learning. And it would get David's respect.
It
So,
would, yeah.
Jesus Louise. I don't know. Rapid thoughts are, I think there is no person that is in Times Square, mainly because the vast majority of them are illegal. None of them should be voting, period.
Sure.
There is not an opinion in the people in Times Square that I think will benefit us. Hot take.
I don't think Greg's participating in a whole lot of political elections. I'm gonna be honest here. I think Greg's got other things on his mind.
Dude, little do
Times
you know
Square
he's
is
the
his Super Bowl.
coordinator for Epstein's Island.
He could be, but he's probably not. He's probably not voting. I don't think he really has a political sway one way or the other. Greg's just rolling through life, prepared for the very specific events in which he wraps himself in.
Yeah, it's because Greg knows the elections aren't real. He's already bought it. Who's on the comments?
Don Lloyd.
Hey, Don!
Oh,
He
Don.
wanted to come in with a correction. Ball club formerly known as the Cleveland Indians.
There it is. That the classic Don came in
Yes.
on perfect timing.
Well, in fairness to the story, it was Cleveland Indians at the time.
Hey! So Don
let me
still
correct
loved
the
them at the time.
correction.
I like that. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that was it. That was our buddy Greg. It's a true American patriot.
Brian?
I disagree.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's a special breed of people that go to Times Square. And I had a pun, but I forgot it. So
All right. I'm going to flip. This is a hot story of the day. For those of you who don't know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is, and the majority of the people in the studio
That
don't,
would be me.
AKA
so I'm going to
and
be
I.
calling on Kemp to bring us some perspective here. But what's going to blow your mind is this poor woman finally found freedom, and the state of Missouri kicked her out. So let me tell you, David, the Gypsy Rose story.
Lay it on me.
So there's some Hulu documentaries, and there's even a show that kind of recreates the situation. Brian, can you share the Google screen of this girl real quick as I'm telling the story? So here's this girl, Gypsy Rose, and her story is that when she was young, her mother would get her, events at Disney World, and she had a bunch of Make-A-Wish situations because she had.
So hold on. So there's a bunch of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Right. When she was a child, her mother was able to do it more than once. Got this girl, and if you see this on the page there's some of them when she's a kid and some of them now while she was in jail, that whole deal.
Oh, yeah.
But here's this girl that her mother had doctors, teachers, the public convinced that Gypsy Rose was gravely ill during her childhood. They had her crippled in a chair. So imagine a child that had braces on her legs and was forbidden to use them by her mother. Well, then it, of course, made her legs weaker. Her symptoms snowballed because her mother was abusing her in the pursuit of making her seem crippled so they could benefit from it. So I think it was 16 or 13, something crazy.
Sure.
Do you know what the age was?
It's been a while since I've seen
yeah.
the show, so
She's
going
here.
off of
She's
memory.
32 and she went away for like 9 years. So again, you're looking at 13.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's what I thought it was. So 13 years old, she hooks up with her boyfriend in high school, and the two of them kill her mother.
yes.
Oh,
Because
the one that got her multiple Make-A-Wish, because that's not a system that gives you repeat customers.
right.
That's you're
Yeah.
lucky to make it past
Yeah.
once,
Yeah.
let alone
But
twice.
again, she was
Is this her boyfriend?
yes. Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
looks like he's a character.
Well,
Nice guy.
I
Nice
guess
guy.
it
That's just Kemp with a
I guess
longer
the
beard.
show only does it a little bit more where she's all about the special treatment and all about it, and then she quickly is realizing there's other kids out there. It's the outside perspective, like, why am I in a chair when what is my? She doesn't know her true diagnosis, and then before you know it, she's like, well, what's wrong with me? Like, what is wrong with me? I guess she truly the question why, and then realizing, then she started seeing pills, like her mom's giving her pills, and it just snowballed from there, where she's finally like, okay, something's not adding up. And
So this is a national story, right? And of course, kind of like Breaking Bad, the public, the audience, roots for the anti-hero. She's a murderer.
Yep.
But like, the more you get in the story, the more you fail to see where she committed wrong.
Yeah.
And when you see now interviews of this girl in her 30s who's been in jail for 9 years, she is no threat to society. She is no threat to you and me. She's this soft-spoken, dainty girl that I think could never repeat this situation in any other scenario other than being abused on the daily to be, I don't know, conveyed as a crippled person. I mean, that whole thing's crazy. I don't know how, like, a person breaking your house is clearly compelling you to kill them, but like your mother crippling your legs and stuffing you full of pills, that isn't. So anyway, she was let out of jail, and that was just a few days ago. And now she's got an Instagram. It's getting everybody's attention. Like, everybody has been following the Hulu, Netflix, all these docs, the shows. So her name is huge. And she's walking back out to the public with like this huge notoriety. She only out for a couple days. First thing she wants to do is go to a Chiefs game. She bought tickets to go see the Kansas City Chiefs. She was held in jail. Like, imagine Missouri going, all right, we're going to take away your liberty and put you in a box for 9 years here. And then a couple days after, you're like, I'm going to go to a football game here. And the state's like, hey, leave the state in its entirety, not just Kansas City, like, you're banned. And so let's get to the story. Days after she was freed from a Missouri prison after serving time for her role in her mother's death, Gypsy Rose Blanchard has been ordered to leave the state where she had hoped to meet up with her favorite musician, Taylor Swift, in an NFL game. The most adorable part about this whole story is that she's so removed from reality that she just thought, oh, if I just buy tickets, like, I meet Taylor. Like, that's just how it goes. I just show up and I meet Taylor. So, why Blanchard and her family were asked to leave by her parole officer and why it was so quickly isn't very clear. But sources told TMZ that law enforcement officials expressed concerns that she was a security risk in the Kansas City area, and more specifically at the Kansas City game. The Missouri Department of Corrections initially allowed her to stay at Kansas City overnight at an Airbnb, but then notified her that she had to leave the state. Now, the silver line in this whole thing is, fortunately, the sources added that Blanchard, even though she's disappointed that the state would make such a blanket egregious claim or order, she was already on her route leaving the state of Missouri and was planning to meet her husband in Louisiana, which is interesting too. Imagine this: your high school boyfriend kills your mom for you, and you kind of convinced him to do that, and he's going to be spending even longer, I think, life. Like, he's in jail for a long time, and you married your pen pal. Like, some guy started writing you letters in jail and you married that guy. If I was in jail for that, I'd be pissed. Just saying.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah, pretty bad. Hey, I killed your mom for you, but now you're throwing me to the side.
And I wish, Brian, if you could pull up a picture, it's like on her Instagram. If you could see your boyfriend too, be like, oh, I'd shank him.
He's
if I was
also
that
stuck
guy?
in jail for forever. So
You probably could. You just need to make sure you're commit the right crime to get into that jail.
So first, let me get your thoughts before we start breaking this down.
So I appreciate the logic of going to the Chiefs game to see Taylor Swift because
This guy, right?
Well, that's her boyfriend. So I think the one in the blue might be her husband.
Oh,
Yep.
she's a little player.
Yeah.
so okay, all right. I don't think I followed this whole thing. So
Yeah,
the husband is not the boyfriend that
the
helped kill the
husband
mom.
is a pen pal.
Oh,
So she ended up just getting letters from a guy while in jail, sharing messages with him, and then he would visit, they fell in love, and they're married. He lives in Louisiana. She was held up in Missouri. Like, okay, I don't know if you're seeing pictures of this guy, but let's be real. Does that not seem like a desperate guy that's reaching at prisoners states away? Like, love me, anybody. And she's driving from Missouri.
well, he's zigging wherever else is zagging.
Yeah.
You're going on Tinder. You're going on Hinge.
looks
You're
like he
going to
could be kind of
bars. He's pen paling prisoners. They have no other way to be. He gets their full attention. You know, this guy.
Plus, he knows he's buying low and selling high.
Yeah.
I'm buying her while she looks acoustic, and I'm getting her when she turns into, because she's not actually acoustic.
No.
She's actually normal. So I'm
Very
just gonna
normal.
let her knees start working, let her work out a little bit, get some braces, and I just got myself an Amanda Bynes.
He hedged his funds.
Well, you know, she's also socialized too, so he's probably following the story. Gets the name, writes the letters, does all that. Now, is he doing like the bunch of swipe rights on Tinder, where he's just throwing them out at every single jail?
I bet.
And he's just like, all right, let me pick and choose which ones I want here. This guy might be on to something.
Dude, just imagine, like, okay, sometimes you scroll through Instagram and you're like, you see a track star like Anna Hall and you're like, oh, I only wish. But just imagine scrolling through Netflix murder docs and you're just like, I could find her in a penitentiary.
yeah.
And she ain't going anywhere.
And they might tell me which one she's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I found someone bored and desperate enough for my attention.
Well, you know what they say, don't stick your dick in crazy. This guy might have an addiction.
Yeah.
And there's only one source for his cravings here.
There's
I got a craving for more cowbell.
there's an X account or something of prisoner shotties or whatnot, of very attractive female prisoners that people, I will say you can just go there for the comments.
Do you guys remember that guy who was like also, I think, convicted of murder, but he was like gorgeous and the internet
Oh,
was just
yes.
obsessed with this
He even
dude.
had a neck tattoo, and he was still just a specimen of a man. You could make a statue out of him. And be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I want to know what happened to that
Is
guy.
that
I think he got a modeling gig.
I think
Of
he
course
did.
he
I
did.
think he
got-
might have ended up. I don't know if he ended up back in jail. I don't know. Maybe.
I think he might have went back in jail.
That might be the cycle.
Brian,
of
do you want to pull
things.
that up for us here?
What happened to
did
the
he
pretty
go back in
prisoner?
jail?
to the
'Cause-
very attractive.
I
prisoner.
mean, what a hell of a mug! Like your headshot is literally a mugshot,
My
and you make it look great. That's how photogenic you are. Wild. That's that's some people just have the gifts that keep on giving.
But
You're
let's
in-
be real. If you're fishing for prisoners, they're not going to be the pretty ones.
Well, that's
Pretty
why
ones are already taken. This dude left being a internet phenomenon to, I think it was like Halsey's yacht. Like, nobody gets to do that.
You're probably not getting the top percentage of them, but if you keep going, you can get some B's, you can get some 8s, some 9s.
which guy was it?
Right, second row down. Right there.
Yeah, the bald
This
guy.
guy?
Yeah.
Let's
That
have-
just,
let's
he had a
have
teardrop
say.
tattoo too.
Boom.
Damn.
He was released in 2016, and he was ordered to reside in a transitional housing facility for a few weeks.
Got even a neck tattoo and still just
And then who's the one in the top left corner? That's the classic. Who's that guy?
Ted Bundy.
There it is.
Yeah.
See, good-looking people get away with more. It's something about symmetry. We just let them get away with more.
Yeah.
But I just want to say that like this girl is what Margot Robbie. This girl's like the Margot Robbie to this guy's like existence.
Oh yeah.
He really shot up high and won.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to the topic itself. How insane is it that the state of Missouri took a stance on this? Now, it was enforced by a parole officer. There's a good chance then it probably came from a judge. I'm wondering then, was that like, who was that at the behest of? And how do we get to this point? Like, you have to make a compelling excuse to whatever, trier of fact or decider in this situation. What is your excuse besides Taylor Swift? Like, a lot of this is based on speculation. I don't have any other reason for why you would kick her out of Kansas City unless it was because, out of Missouri, unless it was because the rest of the country knew where she was. But it doesn't solve anything.
Or is it just a factor of, well, I'm already going to go see, get out of the state, go see your husband? Was it more so go deal with your
But
husband
how do
over
they
in
know?
your state?
Like, I think that's a leap to say. So here's the thing. I would want to say that the laws have to be applied to where they apply to everybody the same. So you can't say, well, because your husband's in Louisiana, hey, get out of here. But if somebody else was the same Gypsy Rose in a different situation and her husband was in Kansas City, you'd get to stay. Like, I really hope, this girl's so big that I really hope there's attorneys out here that are like reaching out. Hey, we need to check this out, because there needs to be some way of substantiating the exile of an American citizen. She paid her dues. Like, isn't that the purpose of the rehabilitation, whatever the word I'm trying to say, rehabilitation? Is that not the purpose of that, or the policy reason in jails? Like, you're supposed to go in, be rehabilitated, and become a functioning member of society.
Well,
but we're
they
not going to let you
slowly-
function in society?
Well, they slowly incorporate you back in society. They don't just
How's that?
under like, so if you're in jail for a while, not just like you're not in the drunk tank and then they just let you go. All right, get back out there, Johnny. Just don't drink and drive again. But she's been in there 9 years for murder. It might have been a little lesser charge if it's 9 years, but anyway, she's in there for a while. They don't just go cold turkey. All right, you're out. Here you go. You need a parole officer, someone to kind of guide you back in. I think that is part of the role of a parole officer, to keep you at least in line, to make sure you're acclimated back into just general society itself. And it seemed like this one, the parole officer probably just said, hey, okay, get out of state. There's probably a bit of an obsession there, just based on all the surrounding evidence of her life prior to getting there. So he said, it's probably best for you if you're just not in that area. Go away to state, go see your husband, go do that.
I just
Was it a law? Was it a suggestion, or was it an actual like court ruling, you cannot be in this
See, that's the
state.
unfortunate part is the reports have been very unclear to the public. So it makes you wonder, one, there's a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
You know, what legal agency is this coming from? But also what's the basis it's being done on? Regardless, though, I can't seem to come up with a basis. Like, she is no danger. Like, the person she'd be a danger to is gone, is no longer with us.
Yeah.
So it can't be that. She's no threat to somebody else in the state. Did they truly think she was going? So, based on a lot of what I've read, the fear was she was going to go to the Kansas City game and it was going to be full of people to see Taylor Swift. And then her going, well, she's a star and people want to meet and see her.
Yeah.
So it was probably outside of the police capacity of Kansas City itself to manage a crowd that large, at least probably for that facility, right? Like the Indy 500 can handle 120,000 people because they've got a whole networked map made for that. You can only enter some ways, exit another. The whole city flips on its head to manage the people, not to mention just the cars themselves.
Yeah.
How many fields and farms turn into parking lots just for a weekend? Kansas City isn't made for that. Where are we putting the cars? How are we dealing with the wave and flow of the people? I think it was, you didn't have a legal basis. This was at its root unconstitutional, but you're able to make a legal justification because of the security risks that are brought upon her exercising her liberty, aka going to a game in a state that she really shouldn't be kicked out of. I really look forward to seeing what comes out because I'm praying there's something that we're missing.
I think there's a simpler solution. So like any good Taylor Swift fan, you can't shut the fuck up about Taylor Swift. So someone who might be maybe not all there, or at least not 100% socialized, like a general human being, childhood, what have you. She's probably going around jail saying, I'm talking Taylor Swift. Oh, I love Taylor Swift. And there's a certain point where it becomes, well, you really haven't been outside in the world to really experience Taylor Swift at the capacity that which you're talking about her for.
Yeah.
So now the first thing you do out of jail is like, well, I'm going to go see her. And it seems somewhat rational.
She did try and shout her out on Instagram or what, like right off the
And
bat.
how does Taylor not embrace that? Like before the show here, we were talking about it. I'm like, the perfect marketing play by Taylor is to bring her in the next loge. Like the next Kansas City game, I'd have her in the loge with me.
Well, if I'm Taylor Swift, I don't want to encourage that type of behavior.
Yeah.
Because there's
Taylor's going to get dragged through the mud. Oh, you're a murderer. And then, but even though.
To David's point, you don't want crazy people thinking this works.
Yeah. Because then it just becomes a game of, well, how crazy and how sad can my story be? And now you're making an incentive structure to which I'm going to make my life as sad as humanly possible so Taylor Swift can give me just a little bit of attention.
Exactly.
That's a very powerful person. But I also respect just the thought process that went into her decision making on wanting to go to the Chiefs game. So instead of just like going to Taylor Swift's house and going to a concert, like, well, I'm going to go to a game. She's not performing. She might just be walking around because, again, she doesn't have like the full kind of picture of what it's like to actually go to a football game. She just knows stadium full of people. Taylor Swift's in that stadium. I'm only one of 50, 60, 80,000 people who are there, and I just go meet her. I just go see her. It's smart, but at the same time not fully thought out to the point where if I'm close to her, I'm a parole officer. Like, ooh. This is a red flag. Let's make sure she's not around the state while this happens.
Right. Well, has there been a response from Gypsy? There hasn't been.
Well, so that was it. The response was, I'm disappointed, but I'm already out of the state heading towards Louisiana to see her husband.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So again, the nice thing is that she's leaving. Like here's the thing. She is in our conversation because she's had documentaries about her and she's nationally known. But we have more people incarcerated in this country than any other. So That being said, basic statistics would tell us that at least 5 to 10% of those people are Gypsy Rose, either totally blindly innocent or guilty by circumstance, but truly innocent by the moral compass of like what's right and wrong. That being said, she gets to leave prison, and this goes back to the classic. Who's the comedian, short guy with long black hair that's like, Cat Williams. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cat Williams would be the first to tell you there is a difference between jail and prison, baby cakes.
Yeah.
Like he'd be the first one to tell you that. So that being said, she went to prison. Like she didn't just go to jail. Like, I am not a prisoner. I did not go to prison. Like she went to prison. And to me, like that isn't easy to just assimilate back into society. She's going to have an easier time because she has a system, right? A husband, like a place to go. But like, imagine coming out, the state goes leave. Like you're not a disbanded citizen. Like I'm actually surprised they can even do that. And I get it, states' rights. That being said, it's like if federally you're a citizen, then like where you get to just kick me out of your state. I get it. There's 49 others, but like I'm an American. So I think one, that's crazy that that's being entrenched upon, but like the crux of your position, David, is that she's obviously unhinged enough that she's triggering concern. But also, is it really that unhinged to spend 9 years in a place and be like to me, it's disassociative because we've gone to so many football games. But like, I don't know. To me, it's like she was 13 and then she killed her mom and then she went to jail. Like she never got to learn a lot of this through experience. Is that concerning? Is it so concerning that in a world where she doesn't have a husband, we just throw her to the wind? Have you ever watched Orange is the New Black? Yeah. They give enough scenarios where homeless people are just victims of being homeless. They're not real criminals. It's, we don't like the way you're living and you're in the way, so this is how we get rid of you. And then it puts them in a system that further drags them down. There's no rehabilitation. They just continue to cycle down. So how are you telling me this is in the betterment of creating a functioning member of society? Because again, I've said it enough times on this podcast, in a world where production studios are the same people that own the jails, and we're surprised that our music is telling us to go commit crimes and guns and drugs and sex and all that stuff. Like it's what I'm getting at is we live in a world where it's financially incentivized to put butts in cages. And rightfully or wrongfully, that's its own thing. We've officially totally removed ourselves from rehabilitation, but trying to not punish, we're not looking for vengeance, but to remedy this situation. So I feel like you're admitting we're totally away from that premise. When if somebody didn't have a home and they haven't worked for a decade, we just throw them out, not just on the streets, but then into the streets in the state next door. Like you can't even be in here. You got to leave entirely.
Well, let me push back on that a little bit here. So I think part of the crux of your argument is, why should the state tell you what to do? We're trying to rehabilitate you. We're trying to make you better. And our method of that is telling you, go out, get out of here. I'd argue that might be the right decision. So she's living a life of delusion. So the mother's delusional by telling her, well, she's a multiple time Make-A-Wish kid, which is already crazy in itself. She's lived her life a little bit different than most other people. So is the best method to kind of tell her, put boundaries in front of her in which she just can't, because right now she's believing that she's able to just go walk up and see Taylor Swift.
But how do you learn from that crazy belief? Then going into a stadium and being like, yeah, no, Gypsy, she's all the way up there. And to get to that floor, you got to go through 3 levels of elevator security. Like, you're never going to get up there. And then she's like, oh, okay, now that's a learned experience. And I know to moving forward, I'm not just going to stumble into Usher at a Cavs game.
Well, the other learned experience would be, well, I just need to get in better. I just need to go up higher. Well, if she's up there, I can see her. Well, how about I just get up there and talk to her? Instead, I'm out of state. You just
So can you and I agree on one thing?
All right.
What I would think would lend that position more weight would be if her posts were like, I'm meeting Taylor. Like, I'm going to get to her no matter what. Me and Taylor were meant to be best friends. Me and her love each other. She know, like, yeah, no, now you're creating delusions. No, she doesn't know who you are. No, you're not going to get to her. But like, it's kind of like just a kid. Like she's a grown child. And it's like, it's a cute thing to be like, I'm going to go and meet Taylor. And then, oh, I guess I'm not, but I'm going to eat a hot dog, right? Like, what made you what is making you, but then also the parole officers and the state of Missouri believe that she's sitting here like, I'm going to stop at nothing. I'm going to get her and I'm going to get her. And it's like, but her post to Instagram is like, very excited to go to this game. Hope I see Taylor. Like, do you know how many females in America have bought not only a Kansas City ticket, but a jersey just to see to squint and see the little bubble all the way up there that is Taylor Swift? I think I see her. How's that not mentally ill? That's the person I want out of my state.
Yeah, kick him out.
I don't know.
So, but I think also what I think the intention was, hey, go see your husband. Go see the support system you currently have. It may not be the best support system, but it's currently the only one you have. So instead of creating kind of more disillusion with seeing Taylor, hoping you can see it, and kind of really encouraging that type of behavior, let's encourage you to see the husband, build that relationship and just kind of settle down, not ramp up whatever it is you might be doing. So I think I think what we don't see too is what's the day-to-day like with seeing her in the prison. What's like the parole officer? 'Cause these don't typically come out of nowhere.
Wait, I want to flip it then to Kemp, because I think our dialogue is missing at least the background of knowing Gypsy Rose. Do you find this girl to be a threat, a danger, or a menace?
No, I think that in all reality, well, and maybe it's the show and just going back of what the show was thinking, she had a very childish mind. She didn't know, she didn't learn, but then she found out through her boyfriend and through quickly that what real life is, I guess, more and more. But then going through prison, like she's been to prison, and
that wakes you up real quick.
That wakes you up, right? So that got a real like wake up moment. So now I have to think that she. And again, it wasn't that like she didn't. You're right. What Alex said. She's not like, I'm going to meet Taylor. I'm going to meet her. But like, you know what? She shot her shot. Yeah. I guess she shot her shot. So it wasn't overly done, but I can see we don't want to encourage anything to lead girls nonsensical go, oh, I'm going to meet Taylor because of it. But
the NFL has made millions this season encouraging that delusion to women across America. Like, she's not the anomaly here. What I keep picturing, like, in my head, and I know it's inappropriate, but I'm going for it, the classic Eric Andre show clip where he goes, we took the special ed kid in our neighborhood, pumped him full of acid, and then we'd run up to him and go, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Like, to me, that's what you did to a 13-year-old. You threw her in a cage. Like,
you did.
We need to, because jail is such a fabric to our society, and we're all so upstanding citizens that we're never going to find ourselves there. But what's interesting is regardless of any of that, it is the state stealing your autonomy. The state is saying you are going in a cage. And the one you and I, what creates our civility and why I'm not stealing the jacket off of your back and why you aren't stealing my car is the threat of state intervention. But we all agree that when the state intervenes and puts us in a cage, it should always be for just cause. I'll admit, whether it was a jury of her peers or a judge, the system found her to be guilty. But there are nuances to this story enough that I don't find her to be Cruella de Vil. This is a person who is a victim of circumstance. I also don't find her to be a danger to herself or anybody else. So what I don't like is that you took a 13-year-old and you were like, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare for 9 years. And we crippled your education. We crippled your development socially, physically, emotionally, mentally. You think a state penitentiary has proper therapy for a 13-year-old that was forced to kill her mother? And so now we're looking at this 13-year-old who's 32 and going, hey, get out there and take care of yourself. Oh, no. Not there. Farther. No. Farther. No. 500 miles. Get out of the state. So what I don't like is you get to cage me, but then you get to throw me away. It's like, no. You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. If putting me in a cage is rehabilitating me so I can reconvene with your society, then you don't get to hold me in it. Then what you should have done is given me the Socrates sentence, never saw a jail cell, and just sent me away. Exile. If exile was the end, then exile should have been the sentence. But you're convincing me a concrete box rehabilitates me so I can work at your supermarket. So guess what? If the other supermarket clerk can buy a ticket with the delusion that I might meet Taylor Swift, then this is God blessed America, and I get to live in a delusion. The fact that I get to go to a Browns game for 20 years in the delusion that we're going to win, but she gets to get kicked out of the state because she's in the delusion she's going to meet a pop star? How are those different?
So wouldn't this like a temporary restraining order? Could the judge put that on her and say, hey, now you're not allowed to be here for a while?
But how's that helping her? That's what I really want to ask you.
Well, it's helping her by just not encouraging the delusion, by going, all right, just do something else. Go see your husband, go do that. I think that's exactly probably what the conversation was here. It's like, you're not meeting Taylor. She's going, yeah, I am. It's like, no, you're not. It's like, yeah, I kind of am. I did, Mr. Parole Officer here. I'm going to meet her. She's going to hear my story. She already knows me. She's seen my Hulu documentary. I'm famous. She's famous. We're pretty much peas in a pod here. And I think the parole officer, the judge went, let's do a little restraining order action here. Let's help her help herself.
No, I think this is a great point. So in wrapping thoughts, what I will say is I really hope Gypsy Rose Blanchard, first stop, Bourbon Street. Get yourself some beads and a 2-foot-long cocktail and forget Taylor Swift even existed.
Just go at it.
Go at
Hit the town.
I don't know. What are your final thoughts?
I think this is a bit of a tragic story. What would you say this is? Crime of passion is what this would be. What this would be technically considered with the mom.
Self-defense, but
I will say
her attorney wasn't that good.
and obviously because she killed her, but her mom is the one to blame.
Yeah,
and,
mom's
and
really
now
psycho.
her mom was psycho. Her mom was the one that did
It's
everything,
the real
and yet
issue here.
we're all looking at it like, oh, you killed your mom. Well, her mom was clearly mentally unstable.
Her mom was cruel.
Was crazy,
Straight up evil.
mentally.
There's not
evil.
exactly a textbook for
Sure.
how to handle this type of situation. Hers is extremely. They don't make documentaries out of you because your situation's fairly normal.
Right.
So this one's a bit of a let's try a few things and see what happens here. So this, unfortunately, does she get kicked out of the state? Yes, but is it probably for her own good? I would venture to say maybe.
I don't think it cripples her. You're right. I don't think this is like crippling, but I think it's a weird precedent, and I'm just overly curious of how they could do that. Brian, rapid thoughts.
I think Taylor Swift should definitely send her movie to her in good faith. But besides that, I don't really like there had to be something where she lost some kind of like reality check.
Yeah.
There's got to be something.
And the PO
They don't
was
just
like,
kick you out of state for no reason.
Yeah,
That's fair.
you're out. That's it.
You're done.
I can't imagine
If
a
I
scenario.
don't leave this place with her eyeballs in a jar, I'm gonna.
Yeah. So I think there was something that happened, and I think that Taylor should, get it all together by sending her a video of her movie.
Boom! A video of Taylor going, "Hey,"
Signed
like just
and-
acknowledging her.
No. Brian did it perfect. Just the DVD, because David's got the bigger point here, and it's like you can't encourage this. You don't
No,
want to
no, you're
snowball a
right.
behavior. So if every girl thinks this works and that's how I get a personalized video, oh my God, that's invaluable. But do you know she's probably got a warehouse full of DVDs with her autograph on it for these purposes? Like just another, hey,
Yeah.
like a girl that gets snubbed in line, like I waited all day to meet Taylor. I didn't just send her a friggin' autograph DVD. It is what it is.
Also, I think they're like, hey, maybe you should actually go have a wedding, get married. Like,
Yeah.
you
Pushing
say
her to
you're
have a normal
married.
life.
Yeah. Actually, is it annulled? No, that's
Eloped.
That's yeah.
Eloped.
You're thinking
Eloped.
Getting it over.
Yes, get eloped.
All right. So one last topic. We can try to keep it brief because the bigger fun is in the ending game here. So there's this interesting new hypothesis, longevity bottleneck hypothesis. A microbiologist named Juan Pedro de Mangajes has proposed the idea that the reign of dinosaurs forced mammals to speed up their reproductive cycle, eliminating key longevity genes. De la Mangajes posits that in order to survive amidst dinosaurs, mammals may have actively evolved from long life, something he calls the longevity bottleneck hypothesis. He claims that even though mammals, such as humans, can have relatively long lifespans, we still operate under dinosaur era restraints. That was curious. So mammals may struggle to attain long life thanks to dinosaurs. According to University of Birmingham microbiologists, the age of dinosaur dominance completely shifted the evolutionary track of virtually every mammal on Earth, refocusing evolutionary efforts on rapid reproduction instead of long life. You see, there was no point in trying to live for a long time when a dinosaur would just eat you anyway. To keep a species alive, rapid reproduction proved way more useful. My hypothesis is that such a long evolutionary pressure on early mammals for rapid reproduction led to the loss of inactivation of genes and pathways associated with long life. De Magalhães wrote in a paper published by the Bioessays. Furthermore, he says, I call this the longevity bottleneck hypothesis, which is further supported by the absence in mammals of regenerative traits. Before I go further, David, what are some of your thoughts?
So this one's a loaded one. There's a lot of different theories thrown around here, and it's on first couple thoughts. What I think is a little interesting about this theory here too is the dinosaurs lived for millions upon millions of years and evolved relatively slowly. So your difference between like your Allosaurus from the Triassic and your T-Rex from the Cretaceous are fairly minimal. Where you have something like humans from the Ice Age to now, pretty like dramatic. So is this more so a fact of, oh my God, we just keep dying, we keep trying, and like you know how you fail at something enough times and eventually start getting good at it? Is this kind of evolution's way of doing that? And with that comes a bit of a shorter lifespan. So when we look at some creatures or animals that are a little bit more longer lasting, like lobsters, crabs, been around for a really long time. They haven't changed too terribly much. Tortoises, crocodiles, sharks, they have fairly long lifespans for the type of species they are. And they really haven't been changed too much because they're pretty much almost the peak of evolutionary perfection in accordance to where they are within the ecosystem. So was this a fact that the humans started kind of trying and failing? All of a sudden, one guy in a cave got a bright idea, like, oh, let's make fire. Ooh, let's do some tools. And now all of a sudden did that start to spiral into, well, success breeds more success. And now we just keep going where I could see a scenario, if you were to basically just do like a timeline of all of history with the dinosaurs, T-Rex is fairly successful doing what it's doing. It doesn't need to change too much because it's the apex predator. But when were humans the apex predator? It's only very, very recently in the course of primate history or ape kind of history. So do we start seeing a slower evolution of us because we're already at the peak efficiency, and now lifespans have been getting longer and longer and longer because we're not spending so much evolutionary capital on trying to be better and better and better?
Well, so let's just consider in kind of wrestling with that question, what is evolution? Evolution is a genetic variation that poses a greater natural benefit. So then that that being has a easier time reproducing, which then furthers that gene, and then it expands to become more likely than not the totality across the species. So in the theory, if the gene of short reproduction, short lifespan of the genes, here's the thing I struggle with is if I had the gene of long life or short life, it would be moot because I'm having if the goal there's the difference between what this guy's hypothesis is spitting out babies fast is a different gene than dying fast, right? Like he's talking about the regeneration of your cells. So your cells are dying at a quicker rate. Well, how's that a benefit if a dinosaur is just going to eat me? Like what's the evolutionary benefit to dying before 30 if the T-Rex is going to eat me at 30? Like the gene would have been passed on regardless, and the gene is moot because I was eaten or I died. Either way, the real gene is fast reproduction. What's interesting, though, is, through his further discourse, he's claiming that the pressures stay alive eliminated the genes needed for long life, citing reptiles and or other animals with much slower biological aging processes than mammals. And the mammals either lost or deactivated their genes associated with long life. But I feel like that's kind of
does it become so you're that last part where the mammals are like dying or the reptiles are dying a little bit later? Isn't it to our benefit to mature faster, like mature real fast? So that way we get
I guess maturation is different than like I don't want to say de-evolution, like where the decay, deactivation. So like, here's the bigger part.
Okay.
Digging deeper into the research and kind of, I think what provoked this study at the university, the microbiologist came to believe that the loss of enzymes tied to the Mesozoic era limits many mammals' ability to repair damage. Examples include loss of enzymes that restore skin singed by ultraviolet light, and the fact that mammal teeth don't continue growing throughout their lifetime like reptiles. He says the animal world offers remarkable repair and regeneration examples, but that some of the genetic information would have been unnecessary for early mammals that were lucky to not end up as a T-Rex food. That all being said, what's really cool, aside from this whole hypothesis and theory, is that this is the first generation in human history where scientists are proactively developing de-aging. Like on a totally different science, like on a totally different, in a totally different laboratory, in a totally different conversation. Right now, a major development is de-aging. And that scientists are finding that there's an enzyme in our cell that causes us to age and die. And not only are they finding the way to isolate it and will identify it and isolate it, but now they're creating ways to or regenerate it. So deactivate kind of what it's creating. So I'm wondering if this is kind of paralleling that same pursuit. That like, okay, we're recognizing what enzymes are causing us to age. And maybe, there's all these people doing CRISPR, right? Are you familiar with CRISPR?
Remind me.
The coolest thing in human life right now. So CRISPR, people are buying these kits and becoming at-home scientists where they're able to splice up genes, and again, there's no formal science to it, and the government can't make it illegal. It's illegal for a scientist to experiment on another human, but the government cannot stop a human from experimenting on themselves. So many people are buying these CRISPR kits, and dude, like, watch the documentaries. Like, the one guy has a glow-in-the-dark dog. He took the butt of a lightning bug and used the genes of a lightning bug, and now he's got this white, like, fluffy dog that glows in the dark.
Did he make the dog in a lab?
No, so here's what's crazy about CRISPR
Okay.
is like part of my understanding, a juvenile surface understanding was like, I really can't edit your genes except for at its making, like the inception. Like I could take your clone DNA, F with it, and then make a new you.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about CRISPR is that I can jack it up, shake it up, and put it right into me. And with enough doses over time, my DNA will splice it, attach it, and it'll become a part of my DNA. So people are taking genes from other animals, insects, other species, and splicing. And again, it's all in the experimental phase. So yeah, we're seeing some really grotesque results, just as much as we're seeing insanely evolutionary results. The sad part is, because there's so much red tape, the only true science with this is the Wild Wild West, just people in their living room. There's no formal labs that can carry out what Bob in Kansas City can, because that's why Rose Blanche couldn't go there. Gypsy Rose couldn't, because they're crisping themselves in Kansas City.
Okay. All right. Is that why they have these football games?
Yeah.
That's why the Browns are doing so well, because they haven't been to Kansas City in a while.
Joku didn't get healthy just off of nothing.
Well, that's
There was a
also
little
fair.
zhuzh in the
He's
stem
been
cell.
crisping.
I was like,
Little
some not illegal steroids.
Yeah.
I don't know. No,
What was in that
whatever you're
flyer?
taking, it's working.
Mark McGuire's illegal because he used steroids. I'm not, because I took the genes of a gorilla and shoved it up my ass.
Maybe he blew up a CRISPR pack. And
Yeah,
that's-
exactly.
That's
See?
why his talent's gone off.
Yet he has a very glow. He's glowing.
Yeah.
Like a dog. I don't know why, but
It's easier to
Mark
see out there.
McGuire's glowing. I can't figure out why.
Weird.
It's not radiation. It's CRISPR.
Yeah, so for me, I find it very cool that, like, again, it's a theory, and it makes it fun to wrestle with because it'll further develop science and brainstorming. But what I find interesting more about this is clearly it's a branch of the more important tree, which is the current genetic studies that are evolving in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I think there's some holes in this theory. Now there's probably a 28-page dissertation that goes a little bit more in detail on it, but on the surface level of it, I can see part of it. Is it more so? I think it's theory of just, well, this is just how evolution worked within this context at this time. Can it work differently at another context and another time? Do we start seeing, like whales and elephants die off a little bit quicker relative to us because we, either hunt them or just are around them more? It's like, well, why do I want to be, 100-year-old blue whale when I can be a 20-year-old blue whale and just have a better life and respawn a little bit quicker? There might be something to that.
Interesting. I like that thought. Brian, what are your final thoughts?
Maybe they're born with it. Maybe it's CRISPR. No, but when you start talking about genes and activating it at different times, there's a lot of research already into different. I've touched upon this on previous episodes about different stress factors, different competitive factors with eating and your diet and other things that are happening in society that can alter or activate your genes. And I think that's what ultimately this hypothesis research is getting to, is what is
And I think this is something on your point here. It's probably hard to replicate.
yeah.
This will always kind of be a hypothesis and won't be true science, because you can't mimic the same type of environment in which that caused us, or at
Yeah.
least at scale and replicable. So this one probably always going to be left to the theory, going to be in the theory slot.
Right. Yeah, you can't really prove it, and it's just something that is inevitable. But maybe 100 years down the road, they'll be able to go, oh, because everyone was eating McDonald's, we know that they died 20 years earlier than they should have.
Their wiener shriveled up. They lost their hair, and they were all midgets because they were eating McNuggets. But do you know how good they tasted?
Pink goo.
They do.
Pink goo.
They do taste pretty good though.
All right. That being said, Kemperton, you ready to play some Donald Duck versus Donald Trump? Here, I got you. You're taking my seat.
Over here.
You're sitting my. So watch your feet. Don't kick any
you
cords
get
on
the
your way in.
captain's chair here today.
Yeah, he really does.
God, I've been gypped
All right.
out of captain's
You
chair.
come around this way. Watch your step. All right. That being said, let me explain to everybody at home how to play the game Donald Duck versus Donald Trump. Make yourself at home. This is your space. All right. So today's game, Donald Duck or Donald Trump. I have a list of 10 Disney characters, and I have a list of 10 congresspersons, 5 representatives, and 5 senators. I am going to give a name. You have to guess Donald Duck. Are they a Disney name? Or Donald Trump? Are they a congressperson? If you get it wrong, Brian is going to roll the dice over there. We've got Bean Boozled, the Fiery 5 challenge. Oh, yeah. Normally, we're just eating dirty socks, spoiled milk, and puke. Today, we got a range from sriracha at the lowest to jalapeno to cayenne to habanero to the Queen Bee Carolina Reaper. It's going to be
Yummy.
fun. Do you want to go grab a beverage?
I might grab a
Something?
water.
There's
might,
Baja
yeah.
Blast in the fridge. There's water in the fridge.
Some
There's-
LaCroix, some
I'll
bubbly.
get you going.
Yeah, there's
Some
LaCroix. I
Baja
get something.
Blast.
Because here's what's going to happen. If David or Kemp gets their answer wrong, Brian, or if they get it right, it flips on to me. But if they get it wrong, David is going to, or Brian's going to roll the dice over there. We got a digital dice. Brian's going to roll it, and it will determine 1 through 6. If it's 1, nobody eats a jelly bean. But 2 through 6 identifies how high on the scale you are eating the jelly bean. So the higher the number, the spicier the bean. So if they get it right, Brian will roll it and I'll eat the bean. So 1, it's David versus Kemp, but I'm not just sitting here, salivating over their pain. I'm in the dome of misery as well. Brian, what's up?
William Shatner.
Shatner!
Oh, Scatner.
Hey!
He officially wanted to say, game time.
Game time, Scatner. What's
Let's
up?
go.
All right, that being said, Donald Duck or Donald Trump. All right, who do we go to? Let's get 1 rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay.
On shoot.
On shoot, of course.
On shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
David has the chance to take a lead here.
Okay.
All right. Okay, I got a pen just so I can identify which ones I've done so far. Okay, so David versus Kemp. Starting with David. Can you tell me, I'm going to give you a name, Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Mark Wayne Mullen. First name, Mark Wayne. Last name, Mullen.
Mark Wayne Mullen. That's Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. It's Donald Trump. Mark Wayne Mullen is a senator, Republican in Oklahoma.
What
So-
the hell?
Can you roll us the dice there, big guy?
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
sir.
Roll it.
No points yet.
5.
Oh, that's habanero. That's a hot orange
That is a
one.
hot
A sexy
orange
orange one. The glowing orange.
Glowing.
When I used to do these with the original podcast, I'd use my iPhone to get like the close up. I wish you guys could see how glowing this is.
It is,
I
it
will
is
show.
very glowing.
And normally the rule is you got to do at least 3 chews and then you could swallow, because I'd have people that are like just trying to swallow it like a pill.
Sure.
So at least 3 chews.
Oh, you can.
Oh
you
yeah,
can swallow
David.
it now.
David's got a
going
face
on it.
Go on to his screen. Show his view.
So
Oh, that's a red.
it does. They get the essence of the habanero in there.
Does this
Really
poor guy have water?
Oh,
Brian, can you give this guy water?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's a top tip here. Liquor. Liquor. You know what is a spice? It's an oil. Water doesn't do shit for oil.
Right here too.
It'll make
I grabbed the
you'll
last
feel
one.
okay for a little bit. But liquor and milk, because milk has the milk.
Wait, you're
solids.
saying liquor helps?
liquor helps with.
Really?
So your
yeah.
whiskey's helping right now?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, that blows
I
my
don't
mind.
need water because water
That's
and oil
news.
doesn't mix. Spice, a little bit of an oil. That's how it gets like coated on your tongue and all that.
Well, we all
That's
knew
what I got out of
well,
that.
last time I had something super, super spicy on this podcast, I threw up. So
Well, we're not out of the woods yet.
Alcohol seemed to help me last time I was eating the same thing that Kemp threw
Well,
up on.
I knew based on when all of us had the one chip challenge that the answer was to bring milk or ice cream.
Yeah.
And then I also thought, let's just suffer.
Let you go.
Let's just suffer. All right. Oh, and the other reason we're doing the online die is because the little fun spinner is
Doesn't really spin
it's
too well.
really bad. That being said,
and there was
Kemperton,
no free space.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and there's no free space. So now you have a chance to get away.
Okay.
All right. That being said, Kemperton, Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Mike Crapo. C-R-A-P-O. Mike Crapo.
Oh, I think it sounds like a Disney character, but I think it's a politician. So I'm gonna go Donald Trump.
Kemp's right. Son of a gun. That's a point, Kemp,
Didn't-
and a hit at Devoy.
Didn't fool me.
Ready?
Yeah, roll this thing.
4.
Ugh.
Well, at least we're going down.
Yeah, at least
what are we?
so that would be the reddest, like the super dark cayenne. Yeah, right here.
There we go.
All right, 3 chews at
Oh, yeah.
least.
We all know the rules.
Oh,
Three
this is
chews.
far from good.
Oh
Oh my god, dude,
my god.
he totally underplayed the habanero. If this is the one below yours, oh my god, dude.
Doesn't
Can you hand me the water,
doesn't
Alan?
yeah. No, it doesn't
Holy shit! You made that look so easy.
0 to 100 real fast.
Well,
So the
oh,
liquor.
and don't you
why you
cheating
need the
sack
liquor.
of shit.
What it did.
You cheating bastard.
Wow.
He took advantage of me while I was weak.
It's called gamesmanship.
Gotta take
Whoa.
every advantage.
He
you
needs to
can.
be
Looks like you're about
put
to
in
cry.
prison.
Yeah, I'm in a space. All right, folks. That being said,
Okay.
holy shiz. Let me come over here. Okay. David, Donald Duck or Donald Trump? I don't think we're doing all 20 because I don't even think I can last the whole show.
You're starting to shiver.
All right. Bob Parr.
Bob Parr.
Bob Parr.
Lucky I didn't get this one.
Bob Parr. This is Donald Trump.
That's Mr.
That's Mr. Incredible. Bob Barr.
Here's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Kemp's selling me up the river because if David had any sense of context clues, if Kemp says I know it, it definitely isn't a congressperson.
Okay, well, you never know. You don't know that because
I don't want to be gaslit here.
All right, my mouth is swelling. Roll that die.
Here, do you want ice water?
6.
Holy crap.
Oh
Dude.
no! Oh,
get
That's
worse
the
from
Carolina Reaper.
So this is the.
That's the one.
That's the one. All right.
oh god!
God.
Oh boy!
Tilt this camera.
He's
And
gone.
it's stuck in
He's
the
gone
teeth.
radio
That's the worst
silent.
part
He's
about
gone radio
Bean Boozled.
silent. What's going on? Oh, it's hitting.
If
There it
you
is.
get a puke jelly bean and it's stuck in your teeth.
And
Oh,
he's
this
making
poor
it down
cat.
the course, down the throat. No.
All right, boys. Let me be honest with you here. Habanero's worse.
Really?
Habanero's worse. Yeah. So there's a little bit of. So here's the Carolina Reaper. It's like nothing spice. Habanero's got like a little bit of flavor, like a little bit of like ooh, I can deal with it. I'm gonna shoot a little longer.
Dude, my mouth is
Really?
uncomfortable.
I wonder
Habanero's
if we
a little
switch the two somehow.
There's no
Some-
way.
I don't think so
No,
either.
no.
but-
There's
You gotta,
no way.
you gotta keep it.
Because sriracha is definitely that one.
Right.
Holy cow.
No, it's
You
on the
took
label.
You took the dark red one. You took
No,
the
you
cayenne.
saw it. It was just.
Oh, he got it.
I got it.
He
Yeah.
got the right one.
Yeah.
Habanero's worse. I think Habanero's
Okay.
worse.
All right, Kemp's got 1 point. David's got 0 and a burning mouth. All right, let's kick it over to Kemperton.
Get it wrong.
Carl Fredrickson. Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Carl Fredrickson.
Well, you know, it's the only Disney movie that I've never fully seen, but I'm pretty sure that that's a Donald Duck because that's the old man on Up.
Oh my God! You guys all cheated. You looked at my list.
I did not. Dude, did I look at your sheet?
You're a lying sack of shit.
Also, I sat
No,
here
I-
with my
I-
sheet and went, nah, got it wrong.
I know. I guess
Go
I
ahead
know
and
my-
roll
a
that
six.
dice.
I know my
Praying
Roll
for a
six.
one. Praying for a one.
3.
Son of a gun. All right, that's what?
That's the.
That's jalapeno.
That's jalapeno. Yep.
Okay. Okay. We're playing games. Oh, this is not good. Oh my god.
It's not good.
He's playing it way too cool. I like jalapenos. You know what? Not bad. The initial,
Not bad. Okay.
it's not good.
I like jalapeno.
I hope we get a habanero. 'Cause
I like it on food.
it's worse.
This is not going to be fun.
No.
You know what I've noticed? Every time we do these episodes, when I do Bean Boozled and we're eating the candy, like the, puke and
Nasty one.
curdled milk, all that,
Boogers.
it actually messes up your stomach. That's my worry. Because
I'm sure this is not going to sit well.
You're 100% right.
Oh.
All right, Kemp's got 2. David's got 0. That being said, David, Donald Duck or Donald Trump?
Lay it on me.
All right. That being said, ready? Sheldon Whitehouse. Sheldon Whitehouse. Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Yeah, he's a cheating sack of poopy.
That's a Donald Duck.
Donald Duck?
Donald Duck.
It's a politician. Sheldon Whitehouse, senator from Rhode Island, a Democrat.
Son of a
You don't know Sheldon? Everyone knows Sheldon. I'm kidding. I would not know Sheldon, but I would have guessed.
Sheldon
just
sounds like
I
such a
use the
Disney
White House
name.
as like to throw you off.
Yeah,
You think
yeah.
White House thinking opposite Disney.
Yeah.
Got him with the old reverse. Give us the old roll, Bri.
What do we got?
1. He gets a free pass on that
Oh,
one.
he got a
Wow,
1.
he got away with it.
See, that disappoints me, not because I want to see your pain, but if there's only going to be one rolled, I definitely didn't want to see it on anybody else but me. Alrighty then. Going to Kemperton,
Alrighty then. Yes, ready.
Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Al McWiggin. Al McWiggin.
Al
Let's try some
McWiggin.
cider. My gut is on fire.
Al
Yeah.
McWiggin. I want to say. I'm not saying it. I want to say Trump, but I'm gonna go with Donald Duck.
You dirty bastard.
I'm gonna go with Donald Duck.
Son of a bitch.
Toy Story 2.
Donald winning.
Ah, let's go.
Kemp is not missed.
He is the only person not on fire right now, but actually,
No, I'm not. 'Cause I'm good.
My anxiety is like pumping. My chest is about to bust through my chest. Go ahead.
No, dude. How about I just take it just for shits and
What?
giggles?
You're not taking it, you dirty bitch. That's a 1.
You know what?
That's
It's
a
because
1.
I volunteered
Yeah,
myself.
that's it. Because Kem went on a limb and did something good, karma protected both of us. That being said, David
You're
needs to make something happen to stay in this
I
game.
do.
All right, David, my good friend. Almua Amata Ratawagan. First name Aumua. Amua. Middle name Amata. Amata. Ratawagan. Ratawagan. Radewagen. Amua Amata Ratawagan.
I don't know this one, so don't look at me.
I could go either way on this one. Alex, this is a Donald Duck.
Yes! It's Donald Trump. Damn it.
Oh no!
Fake out.
David
Wow,
is
you're
bad.
really bad at this. You're really
Yeah,
bad at this.
Listen, at this point, I'm only rooting for myself. There is only Okay, Amata Ratawagan is a representative in the House for the American Samoa. Territory covering 7 South Pacific islands.
Yeah, the only thing is, it sounded too out there for a Disney,
Yeah, yeah.
character. It really did, unfortunately.
Dude, Matt, Kemp is approaching this game with the right math. Like,
for
the
sure.
math this game was created with, Kemp is doing it.
And the only reason I got McWiggum is because I've heard McWiggum.
White House. That should immediately tell you it's the opposite of what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Automata Ratawagan. That is not going to be Zootopia. Go ahead. Roll that die.
3.
Jalapeno isn't terrible. You're not gonna love it.
I'm getting a cocktail of these.
I'm getting a cocktail of them. Let's
Boy,
get
am I
the
glad I don't
David
eat
cam.
these.
A nice like. It's green, so I'm thinking like green, like
Right, flip it to
Apple?
the
No,
David
not
cam.
apple, but like
Is there-
green. Does it taste like a pepper?
What do you think?
I can see where it's called jalapeno.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it too terribly hot.
It's not terribly hot, but
No.
it's got the jalapeno. Like you can put
Sure.
that on a sandwich.
It's not pleasant.
Yeah, no.
It's
far
not.
from.
Sure.
This is not pleasant.
Jelly bean sandwich.
Yeah.
All right. This one going to Kemp. Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Debbie, let's go. Debbie, let's go. Debbie, let's go.
Let go.
Debbie, let's go.
I have to go with. I'm gonna say Donald Trump for Debbie Lesko.
You fucking, you dirty bastard.
Get it right?
Son of a bitch.
Woo!
Kemp is not
That was
losing.
just a
He
pure
said-
gas. That was just a pure gas. I mean,
We got some comments.
Yeah, what do we got?
Ricky said, Kemp in the building.
What's up, Ricky?
I love it, Ricky.
Ricky also loves your sweater. And
Kanye West 2024.
Matt Helm says, Kemp
What's
get
up, Matt?
dumped?
Kemp, what?
No.
What it say?
Kemp get dumped?
Dole?
No, you didn't get dumped. I saw you. You were on Instagram with your woman.
No,
The other day.
no,
He's
I'm
not
still
dumped.
here. I just
Yeah, don't be putting that bad juju out in the universe. What is that?
No, I'm dropped her off to go to her parents. We're good.
Yeah, all good.
All
Back
right.
to you dumped her.
And Ricky wants to
I
call.
dumped her off. We're not.
You
but
dumped her
we're
off.
still dating.
Ricky wants to call in.
Yo, Ricky, we got to get Ricky in here.
Yeah.
We got to make that happen. If we could, if you could send him a link, Ricky, you gotta put in somehow
David, you might want to
future.
phone a friend for
Unless
your
you
next
can
one.
send him one right from there.
You might want to phone
Yeah,
Ricky.
it can't be any worse than what I'm doing right now.
Right. You might or yeah, phone a friend or someone.
Call that.
Oh wait, hey, I can't escape it. Karma's got to get me. Roll me the dice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Roll the dice.
4.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
you're
no.
avoiding.
That's a cayenne.
Yeah, this was not fun.
Oh
Man.
Just wait to get habanero.
No. Wait until you get cayenne. Like I don't know what the other two were,
Damn.
but there's something
sucks.
totally miserable about this. And your stomach is telling you you're going to be ill.
This is unnatural.
Oh god.
Ew.
Oh.
Do you want a trash bag?
There's literally like a back taste to it. That's just
Is it like a describe the taste?
So sorry.
It's like
This is so
cayenne
fun.
pepper.
it's like really spicy plastic.
Ew.
Like
You
Oh.
need a trash.
Oh, man.
Not-
Oh, don't do it
Not on the soundboard.
Yeah, not on the soundboard.
You know better.
Or on the picture.
all right. Yo, I'm having a hard time.
We're back.
You're just
And
lucky
we're
I'm doing as bad as I am.
All right, click it over to Kemp.
Kemp.
Or you just did Debbie Lesko, right?
Yep,
This is
it is
let's
my
go.
turn. I'll allow
Click it
Kemp
over
to have
there.
another turn here.
I'm praying David continues to suck at this. All right, David. Some would say the cousin of Hideki, Doris Matsui.
Doris.
Doris Matsui.
Doris Matsui.
Matsui. It is Doris Matsui.
Sounds like a Donald Trump.
It is. Are you sure they don't sound like they're from Kung Fu Panda?
Kung Fu Panda is not
Second
Disney.
try.
Nope, it's Donald
Son of a bitch, roll the dice. David's got a point.
1.
Yes! I can't handle another one.
What the hell?
Wow. Woo!
Jesus Christ.
You're telling me. All righty. Kemperton, Donald Duck, or
do this.
Donald Trump. The man who's running the game. Can you tell me where we can find a Tommy Tuberville?
Tommy Tuberville?
Tommy Tuberville.
Wow. Of course. I'm glad I got him. Ex Texas Tech football or Auburn football coach. Went to Texas, or I think he also coached at Texas Tech. He is
Also went to UC
a
as
senator.
well. Yep.
So he is a Donald Trump.
Fuck you.
Do your research.
Yeah, I did. I did
Do your
it
research.
Do you want to go double or
He's a
nothing?
football guy.
Yeah.
Tommy DeMarville is a
Do you want to go
football guy.
double or nothing?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I don't want to do two.
What state is Tommy Tuberville the senator of?
Okay, the
I
first
got
one
it
is-
on here.
Here's the terms. If you get it wrong, you got to take 2. If you get it right, Alex got to take 2.
Senator of what
I
state?
have to think. Just going through this, I think he was in Bama at Auburn. I know that. I know he's not Texas. The only other one I'm thinking is like Carolinas. I'm gonna go with my gut and say Alabama.
Fuck this game. I did not agree to any of this. I did not agree. These are not terms I signed up for.
You didn't veto the rules as I said.
I know. Well, I stayed quiet.
Listen, I will take one since I'll take one for the team.
All right, roll one for me.
Well, do you want to
And
roll
then
2
we'll
or you
roll
want to
one.
roll 1?
Well, I'm gonna take one, and Kem's gonna take
Well,
one.
Kem. All right, I'll give you another
3.
opportunity here.
Roll for Kem. Go with the. Oh yeah! This game sucks.
This is awesome.
Brian is rigging the dice. This is like our election. I don't trust the computers.
Yeah, roll the dice.online.
Should have given that to me. I would have easily been like, yeah, give me that one.
I gave you the opportunity.
I played the odds. I go, I'd rather go with the beast you know versus the beast you don't.
Well, the beach,
You always unveil
Dude,
a door
I'm
you
gonna
haven't
be
seen
so
yet.
sick by the end of this game.
Was this best till 5?
Dude, this was brought to me by my mother. She does not love me. That's a shame.
She didn't think Kemp would be this good,
This
and
is
I would
child
equally
abuse.
be this bad.
Definitely didn't expect that. Just try to keep my cool.
Yep.
Swallow.
Atta girl.
All right,
Swallow.
Give me an easy. Oh,
Oh no.
Oh boy.
On to the next one.
Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Benjamin Franklin Gates.
a classic, a true American hero, Mr. Benjamin. He is a Donald Duck,
He is.
played by Nicolas Cage in National Treasure.
Yes.
All right,
That was
roll
Am I the
it.
only one not
Roll.
having fun anymore? Kemp took
Roll
the one that was going to come up. Like my odds of getting another one. Kemp took it. Go ahead, roll.
Roll it.
3.
I am going to be a jalapeno when I leave this damn place.
You're lucky. You're maxing out at cayenne. I'll tell you what,
All right.
habanero is bad as it gets.
Yeah, I'm praying that is something. Notice nobody's gotten sriracha. Nobody's
No
gotten
one-
the easy one.
no
No one's gotten sriracha.
Nope. No
I
twos.
gladly take jalapeno.
No twos.
You could. Oh man, this is so bad. Oh my god. Not having fun.
Well, just get it down. It's like a pill.
Well, no, 3 chews,
Oh yeah.
and you're done.
Okay.
Well, 3 chews. You can choose as many times you want, but you got a minimum 3 chews.
Kemp.mpeg.
Ready? I'm here. I'm ready to go, sir.
Ernesto de la Cruz. Donald Duck or Donald Trump?
That's the De La Cruz.
Ernesto de la Cruz. De la Cruz.
I have to think that's a Donald Trump.
And he's a Coco.
Oh, okay.
Movies none of this white studio has watched.
I did not see Coco.
So, De La Cruz.
That's
Ernesto
one.
de la
I
Cruz.
never saw Coco. I'll give him credit.
He's like the skeleton singer. You've definitely seen.
Oh no,
the
I
guy.
know. Yeah. No, now putting it together.
Okay.
Guess you
give
did
me a
not
roll.
remember
Hoping
him.
for a 6.
3.
Ah, it's something.
Jesus
At least
Christ.
Kemp's got something.
This die's
It's a
been
green
rigged
one.
against me.
Three's the green.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now tell me what you think. Put it on the Kemp cam. Okay, here we go.
Kemp, this is your first loss. Well, second loss.
You know what? It's not the worst thing I've ever.
They add up, bitch. Don't get cocky now.
They do
I want
add
to
up.
talk to you after your 5th jalapeno.
They do add up.
Okay, coming over to David. You're cooking with fire here.
I
dude.
am.
It's
I'm on
2
a
to
streak.
4.
I'm on a streak.
We've got a bit of a game now. Alicia Hawthorne. Alicia Hawthorne.
Alicia Hawthorne.
Alicia Hawthorne. Alicia Hawthorne. Donald Duck or Donald Trump?
That is. Do you want to answer for me?
It's all you.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, this is the lesbian from Lightyear, the new movie starring Buzz Lightyear.
Oh.
So you lose.
Wow.
Know your
That-
Disney dykes.
you know what?
You're up.
All right.
I would've gotten
1
that
through
wrong.
3.
4.
The one you didn't want. Oh, no, you're still
That's
good.
Cayenne.
Yeah,
Cayenne.
I want you to try this and still have a chip on your
No,
shoulder.
I've had Cayenne.
No.
Have I not
That's
had
the
Cayenne?
super dark one.
Super dark one.
The one that you got was habanero
In Carolina Reaper.
and Carolina. Yeah, so someone did get Carolina Reaper.
That was
Yeah.
me. I got Carolina
Yeah.
Reaper.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Spicy plastic.
Yeah, boom. Spicy plastic.
Spicy plastic.
It's not a flavor, it's a misery.
Yeah, it's a misery. It's this like the least flavorful. Carolina
Yeah.
Reaper. I don't want to say it's very flavorful, but it's
Not
The
miserable.
jalapeno actually did not taste too bad.
It tastes like a jalapeno.
It tastes like a jalapeno.
but I'm telling you, that spice adds
It
up.
does.
Like my mouth, perpetually hot right now.
that kind of just unpleasant.
That being
That's
said,
unpleasant.
we still got a little bit of a game here. Interesting.
What's the point? What are we going towards?
It's 4-2. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. We could try to go through them. I'm going to keep you in it if we can. Unless Ken pulls away. If Ken pulls away to a point where you can't come back, then I'm going to save my tongue. That being said,
I think we can all agree on this one.
I would like to put you guys through misery. So
Donald Duck or Donald Trump? Professor Philip Brainard.
Philip Brainard. Oh, I want to say Duck, but I'm gonna go with Trump. Donald.
Woohoo! It's Robin Williams in Flubber. Professor Philip Brainard.
Wow, I haven't seen Flubber in forever.
Also, did not know that was a
That's a
Disney
good
movie.
throwback.
It's totally a Disney movie.
Yeah, I
I actually
didn't-
I
didn't
think
know it was
I
a
think
Disney
it
went
movie.
through
is.
an IMDb
Yeah,
list of
I think it
Disney
is.
movies.
Yeah.
Well, it did. I'll believe
I
you.
wanted
Yeah.
to. I wanted to.
Dude, I loved Flubber growing up.
Yeah,
No, I
Flubber's
did
good.
too.
Give us a roll, hoping for a 6.
5.
1, 3.
5.
Oh, this dude.
Another
you're,
jalapeno.
You're going to turn into a jalapeno with me.
Gladly take the jalapeno.
That was something else. All right, David, we still got a game. 4-2. Score's been pretty consistent. So Donald Duck or Donald Trump. Tammy Duckworth. Tammy Duckworth.
Timmy Duckworth. Sounds like a Donald Duck to me.
Is that your answer?
That is my answer.
It's a Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Tammy Duckworth is a
Wow.
senator of Illinois.
one.
She's a Democrat. Kemp's picking up on the equation.
I am now.
I am not. Is that jalapeno having a bit of a? Let's get to the Kemp cam.
No, we're
Let's
good.
get to the Kemp cam real
We're
quick.
good.
Kemp's stepping down water. And then
Oh,
this-
if you're struggling with jalapeno,
Jalapeno 2 is making a little bit of a kick. All right,
Ready for that roll?
give us a roll.
give me that roll.
5.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's back to the habanero.
Ah,
If you gotta meet the can, you can meet the can. The
Oh,
can's here.
boy.
The one thing you were hoping against.
yeah, this one's rough, boys. I'm taking the fall for 2 of you here.
No. You're
Well-
taking it for Miss Duckworth.
Tammy Duckworth.
It's got a creaminess to it. That's what really throws me off here. Like you know how
Sweet,
like
creamy?
no like a hot sauce has got like a creaminess to it. I think that's what makes it the worst. Because you get a couple chews in, like I can handle this, and you get a couple more chews in, like I can keep going, and then all of a sudden, like she ain't good.
Not good. Yeah.
She ain't good.
No.
That's the habanero one.
Jesus Christ,
Brian,
that's-
you're so removed from how our tongues feel right now.
I mean,
Like let the audience know you're comfortable, but like I am in perpetual.
Do we
feelings.
want a bonus round for Brian?
we do have a fan submission.
Oh,
what's
what
the
is
fan
it?
submission?
Does it have an answer on it too?
It does not.
All right, Brian, this question's for you. What is it?
Fan submission. Oh, let's go to me. Ernesto de la Cruz.
Oh, I thought we've already did this one.
I literally, yeah.
Yeah, we already did this one.
Ernesto de la Cruz is the. Take your guess because you weren't paying attention.
you-
Yeah,
I
did you not pay attention?
Donald Duck or Donald Trump?
I'm gonna go with Donald Trump.
Yes, come over here.
Come
Roll
on,
the
Brian,
thing.
come on
That's what
over.
we get for our producer not paying attention.
Roll the die first. Roll the die
Yeah,
first.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We got a black screen. Is the battery dead? Oh no.
Oh,
okay
no,
for
we're
now.
good. We're good.
Card full. That's why. Well, for now,
Come on down to South Park and have a bean.
here, do it from your spot. I'll hand you the
Oh,
dude.
Yeah, there we go.
habanero.
Here we.
That's-
No. That's cayenne.
Cayenne is this with
Dark.
black.
You want light red with black.
All right, take it to your spot and throw. No, wait, before you put it in, put it on your camera so they can get a good view of you. Guys, Brian should have been paying attention because he lost with
He
the
was.
Carolina Reaper. You couldn't have gotten it worse. Out of the whole scale, you got the top.
And
Now,
the
Brian,
answer
are
was
you
already
a
given.
spicy
Judging from
expert?
You guys, 6 wasn't the worst, according to David.
That's true.
Well, that's initially how I wanted.
How
That's how I
about you
wanted
let
the
us
rules.
know?
Yep.
Sounds like
That's how I wanted the
cayenne
rules
before.
set up.
Shot in the
Okay,
dark.
I have to think the die is slowly rigged because there's not been a 2 at
Yeah.
all.
There's
Zero.
not been-
Zero sriracha.
Oh, he's slowly dying.
He got it down.
I mean, there's heat to
What
it.
doesn't?
Okay.
And I'm telling you,
Hey, Brian,
it's,
doesn't
it's
Brian-
not as
I mean,
bad as
strong
the
character.
habanero.
So he got
Habanero's
lucky.
worse.
He got lucky. I think you might be right. The habanero's the one.
I mean, like I could feel my sweat pores opening
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So like,
what they missed, or just do these two for now.
Hmm.
What they missed was David going, oh yeah, it adds up. We're all crippled here.
she not fun.
Oh,
Good,
see,
good. It's
the
working.
Carolina Reaper is one of those that like is a slow burn. Okay, so
I should have paid attention.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
My
Pay,
turn.
it
Thank you,
pays
the
to pay
audience, for making
attention.
that fun.
Yeah.
That being
I
said,
think it's my turn.
Card.
it
Kemp's turn.
is Kemperton's turn. Can you give me a Jim Hawkins?
Jim Hawkins.
That could be anybody.
I mean, that's multiple things, but Jim Hawkins.
Start studying
Jim
senators.
Hawkins. I'm gonna go with
5, 4, 3,
Donald Duck.
2.
Is Donald Duck?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So who's,
I was like,
It's
there was
the
a
main guy in Treasure Planet.
yes.
Ready for that roll?
got could be anyone.
I couldn't be more ready, Brian.
That was a tough one.
Here
That was
we
tough.
are.
That had me
4.
Ooh, your least favorite.
cayenne. Again.
Well, your least favorite so far.
I've gotten 3 of these now.
You've gotten gypped.
What's my camera?
Camera's my camera. I
I'm trying to just get it down and in.
don't want to swirl the spit around your mouth a little too much. Just kind of keep her calm.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, where's the trash? The trash is gonna get.
No.
Chew it. Chew it. Chew it. Chew it.
Where's the water? You took my water. You had to
that's
take it
your
all.
water. Like, oh, I don't want to be near this.
There's a trash can. Wow, we got it down.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are eating with the Carolina Reaper. That thing is my hell.
We'll tell you what.
Cayenne.
If you get another cayenne,
Oh,
we'll let you have an out by a Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, well, there'll be a buyout.
I would try that.
Yeah.
Just to change it up. At this point, I'm so done with the cayenne.
Tit for tat. Yeah.
At this point, I just want to roll
Not
through the game.
plastic.
So Kemp's winning 5-2, going to David. Mike Quigley. Mike Quigley.
That's a Donald Duck.
Whack!
Oh darn. Oh darn.
Mike Quigley is a representative from Illinois. He's a Democrat. Give us a roll.
Quigley.
1.
Wow! My man got it. All right, going over to Kemp. We can wrap this game up quick.
All right.
We got 3 more left. 3 more left.
Let's do it.
Going to Kemp. Virginia Fox. Virginia Fox.
Virginia Fox.
This thing's stuck in my throat, and we're just struggling.
Virginia Fox. I
Don't
gotta
swallow your
go
spit.
with Virginia Fox is Donald Trump.
He's right.
Yeah, man, I am just so good. I don't know, and I don't know him. I don't know.
Mr. Knows is either knows his Disney or knows his politics. But
I know my
turns out I
Disney.
know
Oh,
neither.
I can put stuff together.
Go ahead. Yeah. Give me a 2.
3.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
At this point, we're cheering.
yeah, that's
We're cheering for
that's an-
jalapenos.
that's as good as the
Jalapenos
one.
not
Dude, if there is no way I'm not getting sick tonight,
Yeah, you might be. You can. I want to know.
there is 0 chance I'm not sick
I
tonight.
want to take an
Yeah.
acid.
Yeah.
Or this would be a good Pepto Bismol day. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
You got comments?
Yeah, we got another William Skadner submission.
What?
All right.
For Brian.
For Brian.
Well, nope. This one has the answer on it.
Give it to Kemp.
All right, I'll take it. Give it to me.
David's been just looking at Go ahead.
James Sullivan. James Sullivan.
Can I answer? Or
Yeah, it's for you.
Donald Duck.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can you
Sully,
name the
next
movie?
try.
Can you name
Not
the-
hard,
Well, you don't
I mean,
know.
you know, I get good credit.
I mean,
but
the ultimatum was not me
I
eating
know
a
my,
pet
I
meat.
know,
That
I
was
know my
just for
Disney
fun for
people.
Ken.
I'm good with names. If you didn't know,
Is that another
I'm very
one?
good with names.
Oh, all right. Good play. Good play, Scatner. All right. We got 2 more. Flipping it over to David, and then in with Kemp.
That was a good one. No, but I know my Disney, my Monsters Inc.
You ready?
I'm ready. Give me Mike Lazowski.
Nick Wilde. Nick Wilde.
Nick Wilde.
I don't know how this one. I don't know.
Wild.
You do?
I don't.
Oh, damn. I didn't give this to you because I thought for sure you'd know this one.
Nick Wilde.
Nick Wilde.
What I don't like is the bean stuck in your teeth. You're just like,
No, yeah. You can't swallow your spit either. Because it's like it hits the roof of your mouth. It's done. Nick Wilde is a Donald Trump.
and roll that die.
Roll the dice.
Nick Wilde is the main character from Zootopia 2006.
2.
Hey, we got our first sriracha.
We got a 2.
You know what's funny is when the episode's over, I'm gonna have a 2 just for fun, just to see how low. Like, I'm just curious at this point. The other ones were so miserable. No.
Okay.
This one. Like, see how it's like an orange. And this, I think this is the habanero with none of the black shit on it.
Yeah.
See how this matches the black speckled one?
Yeah, no, you might be right. Yeah, okay. All right.
Does it have flavor?
Tastes like sriracha.
Got some zhuzh?
Do you have taste bugs?
I mean, it's definitely not habanero.
Do you have any
No,
taste
it's
buds
not.
left? Not burned off.
Yeah. It's not very good.
any?
Just like not good.
That's what a lot of these are. Like that cayenne, it's less the spice and more just
I haven't
misery.
had
There's
any?
there's like spice in there, but that's
The
not even
jalapeno
close.
is the best one.
I don't think that's even close to
The
sriracha.
sriracha?
No, it's just
Interesting.
like bad
But would you
tasting
say
plastic.
it's good? No.
No.
Oh.
Oh,
All right.
geez. Oh no, I'm coughing.
Kemp, you can really carry the torch home.
Yeah.
Last round here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Donald Duck or Donald Trump. Barley Lightfoot.
Barley Lightfoot? Not Lori Lightfoot.
Yeah.
Barley.
Barley Lightfoot.
I'm going to say Lightfoot, not Lightyear. I want to say Duck, but I'm going to say Trump.
Woo! It's Donald Duck.
Oh.
It's from Zootopia.
It's actually Onward. Nick Wilde was Zootopia. You missed
What's Onward?
Onward. This is Chris Pratt's character, where they the dad is like half there. Like, okay, it's a magical. This came out in 2020, right? 2020, yeah. Came out in 2020. It's like animated movie. It was good.
Oh, okay. I did not see it. But
I'm just happy Kemp didn't see it. Roll the die.
roll the die.
Give me a
5.
6.
2.
Fudge.
All right,
Kemp got
here we go.
nothing interesting.
I don't know. I think I'd
This
rather
one.
have jalapeno than sriracha. Sriracha's. It's just like not good. Not spicy. It's just not good.
I mean, it has very hints of sriracha.
Does it?
It's like it's just like not good.
It's just not. It's very, very subtle hints. Like it tastes like sriracha. It
It's
has
the least tasty of all of them.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have if I were to trade jalapeno for sriracha, I'd take it every time. I think jalapeno is the better one.
Yes, I would agree because jalapeno actually tastes like a jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actual oh yeah.
You know what? It's not the worst thing I've ever had, but honestly, it's spicier than jalapeno.
I think you should try at least one cayenne, just for the sake of doing something.
Well, do I win? I have to.
You already won.
Yeah, you won.
7-2.
Yep.
Kemp's the champion of Donald Duck versus Donald Trump. His reward
Well, then
is one. Cayenne
Cayenne?
was only 3. I just want somebody else to at least either agree or disagree if I'm losing my mind.
Thank you, Brian.
Hey, that's like the dark one, the really, really dark brown. Here, come on this side so they can watch you.
So we're going with spicy plastic credit card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, flavor's terrible.
Yeah, it is. It is spicy plastic.
This has been sitting in someone's pocket for 6 years.
Dude, it's the flavor. It's what the
bad.
spice you can handle. I can do spicy. It's like this angry, mean flavor. To all of you that were laughing at my demise, take note.
Kemp's stomach just gurgled.
Not good.
It literally
It's not
did.
good.
I should hold the microphone here.
I got it down.
Yeah, dude. I had 4 of those. 4. Because David just can't compete.
Well, no, it's well, yeah.
Yeah, he kept winning and you kept losing. Like, if you both won, at least I'd do all right. If you both lost, at least no. That being said, here, click over this camera. Do we have any comments? Any last final comments from anybody before we wrap the episode? Hey, to Shatner, Don, Ricky, everybody else that joined, Matt, thank you everybody for joining us. The whole point of the live show is so that we could get you involved. We want user engagement, and that's the whole purpose. So thank you to everybody that joined us live. Otherwise, the episode's here. So still, if you're catching this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, jump into the comments. Let us know what you think because the dialogue doesn't end there. Otherwise, you can catch all of our content at our website at www.rethinktankpodcast.com. We got other programs across the network, so don't miss them. We got a huge Amanda Bynes documentary coming out this week. It's taking a lot of work, and I think it's going to keep you laughing and entertained. So look forward to that. But otherwise, guys, we'll catch you next week, every Tuesday, 2 p.m. across the platforms. Thanks again. See you next week.
Peace.
My mouth is in pain.
It's bad.
It's gotten worse.
Yeah,
Worse.
dude.